this week's I Hate Numbers video, I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of self-belief in business. I'm going to look at how to build it, how to maintain it, and how to avoid those pitfalls of arrogance and complacency, which can so easily creep in. Now in business, whether you are a startup, founder, an established entrepreneur, or a professional climbing the corporate ladder, one quality that can set you apart from others is self-belief. It plays a crucial role in achieving your success, overcoming challenges that come your way, and persisting when things get tough, and they will get tough. Now, like any strength, self-belief can be a double-edged sword. Too much can tip you into arrogance and complacency. Too little will hold you back from realizing your full potential. And in this video, I'm going to explore the essence of self-belief, how you can cultivate it, how you can maintain it, and the risks of becoming too overconfident and slipping into narcissism, arrogance, and complacency. So what is self-belief? Well, that is essentially the confidence you have in your own abilities, your decisions, and your potential. It's your inner conviction that you are capable of achieving your goals and overcoming the obstacles that come your way, even when circumstances are challenging. Now, unlike arrogance, which is not a good trait, it's not a mask for insecurity. It's about an honest assessment of your strengths and weaknesses, and it recognizes while you may not be perfect yet, you possess the skills and determination to learn, grow, and succeed. Now, for business owners and leaders, self-belief is essential. It's a fuel in the tank of your business and yourself, which builds up resilience in the face of failure. It helps you recover from setbacks, and it empowers you to take those calculated risks that fits with your risk appetite. Business owners need this, especially when they're launching new ventures, where the path is rocky and uncertain. Now, without a strong sense of self-belief, it's very easy to falter and not to develop. So how do we go about building and maintaining self-belief for ourselves? In no particular order, make sure you've got a clarity of goals, a clarity of objectives. When you've got a clear direction and set achievable, specific goals, you've got something to work towards. It gives you a sense of purpose. And when you break down that into smaller micro steps, setting yourself objectives where those tasks are manageable, you build up momentum, you build up confidence, and any time you achieve one of those mini milestones, you can tick it off and it reinforces your belief in your own abilities. That's powerful stuff. Number two, have that mindset which is not completely dogmatic, but it has the element of growth within that. You believe that your development can be done through hard work, learning and experience. Overnight success is several years in the making, but you need to invest that time and that energy and that effort. You need to have that idea of continuous improvement. Don't let limitations hold you back. And again, it's not always about thinking you're going to always succeed. It's about learning from those footprints that you make, learning from your experiences, whether they're good or whether they're not so good. Next, we're very bad at humans as doing this, but you need to celebrate your wins as well as lick your wounds over the losses. You've got to acknowledge your accomplishments. Now, we are very bad at that, but it's something you've got to get your head around. No matter how modest those successes are, you need to celebrate them. It reinforces self-belief and it reinforces confidence. Instead of letting your setbacks diminish your confidence, view them as valuable lessons that make you stronger and more capable. If you don't believe me, ask Thomas Edison. Surround yourself with positive influences. And I don't mean an echo chamber of people who just lap up what you're saying and say yes and like a nodding dog, but surround yourself with individuals who can encourage you and offer constructive feedback. Believing in your potential, mentors, peers and supportive friends will help boost your confidence, especially when times are challenging. As a side note, folks, join the Numbers Know How community. There's a link in the show notes and we can share that with you. We don't want people sucking the life out of you, taking that negative energy and eroding your self-belief over time. Self-reflection. How many of us actually do that? And self-reflection, grabbing that moment to take a balanced and grounded review of what we've been up to, what we've achieved, acknowledging what we've done well, identifying areas for improvement is valuable. Taking some time out of your busy calendar to do that will help you set those realistic goals and help you keep that forward momentum. It also prevents your self-belief from tipping into what we don't want, and that's the danger of arrogance. Now, I mentioned arrogance and complacency, and it can be a dangerous road to go down. Now, self-belief is essential, but there's a very fine line between that and being arrogant and overconfident, and also being complacent and thinking you've arrived where you want to be. Now, arrogance can be a false confidence. It occurs typically when self-belief becomes inflated, either because others are saying to that. Imagine that situation where perhaps your friends and your family are saying you've got a beautiful singing voice, but it's absolutely atrocious. You might end up on X Factor doing things quite dangerous and being the subject of ridicule. Now, arrogant individuals may dismiss valuable advice. They're impervious to it, and they may not receive that advice. They overlook important details, and they take unnecessary risks, believing they're invincible, believing there is no such thing as business kryptonite, which will cause a disruption. Arrogance also has the habit of alienating others in business. Relationships are critical, whether they're with your employees, your staff, your suppliers, your clients, or partnerships. And if you come across as arrogant, you will lose those people. You will lose their trust. They may stay with you for a while, but they're not actually going to invest a lot of energy and time in you. You can come across as dismissive, and self-assurance and arrogance, again, there is a very thin dividing line. Now, complacency is another trap that often accompanies unchecked self-belief. Now, when you've experienced some success, and I want that for you, it's easy to assume that what's worked historically, what's worked in the past, is going to carry on in that same manner in the future. This leads to a sense of complacency where you stop pushing yourself to improve and innovate. Kodak is a classic example of that, not realizing the challenges that would befall them, and they became rapidly a company that we say goodbye to. Markets evolve, competitors emerge, and customer preferences will shift. What is useful and was why customers were buying from you 5-10 years ago may not be relevant right now. Now, complacency also dulls the hunger for growth, and it can and often leads to stagnation, missed opportunities, and what we don't want, eventual decline. So how do we avoid it? Well, stay interested and curious. Don't assume that you know everything. Curiosity, being open to learning new things, whether it's for formal education, reading, networking, staying in touch, continuing with your CPD, is vital. Curiosity keeps you grounded, keeps you humble. Now, I started my businesses nearly 3 decades ago, and I'm still learning 3 decades on. Number 2, seek feedback. Feedback is good. Constructive feedback even better. Being part of a community like Numbers Know How, you'll get that feedback, but there are other places to get that constructive, not destructive feedback. You want that culture being created of openness and continuous improvement. I have that in my own firms, and I like people to learn from what they've done well, what they haven't done so well, and become better people the next day. What else can we do? Challenge yourself. Do not stay in a comfort zone. Sometimes you have to step out of that comfort zone. You have to be disruptive to yourself. Whether you're launching a new product, expanding into a new marketplace, or improving your processes internally, pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone helps keep complacency at bay. Another important tactic and a thing to do is to cultivate humility. Now, humility is a powerful antidote to arrogance and complacency. Knowing that you don't have all the answers and being self-aware of that, and that success is often the result of collaboration and collective effort, it will keep you grounded. Now, your friends, your family, those close to you can do that. Being part of a group can also do that. But again, you've got to be receptive to taking that comment, that feedback on board. What can we conclude? Self-belief, or a belief, if that doesn't sound contradictory, is a vital tool in your business toolbox. It helps you face challenges, builds up your resilience, helps you deal with setbacks, as well as being appreciative of the successes that you will get. Building and nurturing self-belief requires setting goals, make sure they're clear, make sure they're smart, adopting a growth mindset, looking through the windscreen of your business, staying vigilant against the dangers of arrogance and complacency, and making sure that your own self-belief is a powerful part of your business toolbox which can drive you forward. Folks, I hope you found some value from this video. If you have, I'd love it if you could share it with those who you feel would benefit. Until next week, continue with that self-belief, and remember, work at it. It will be your friend in business.